Hello everyone, welcome to a beginner's guide to VMware troubleshooting course. In this lecture number 3, we are going to discuss about how to troubleshoot ESXi host and vCenter server connectivity issues. As a vSphere admin, I'm sure you might have come across situations or scenarios where your ESXi host is not being able to manage through vCenter UI because your host is in not responding state, and because of which you are not able to do host specific operations from your vCenter UI. You might have come across scenario where you are trying to access your ESXi host directly through vSphere host client and you are not able to access that host through host client. You also try to access that ESXi host through ESXi shell interface, but that interface is also not available. So how do we go and deal with these kind of situations or these kind of issues? That is what we're going to discuss in this particular lecture. So let's get started. So let's log into our vCenter server. Our vCenter server username is administrator@of vsphere.local. Let's give a password of our vCenter user. Click here to log in. And as you could see that we are successfully logged in to our vCenter server named as SAVCSA01. Now let's go and browse our vCenter inventory. So we have a data center created as SA data center. Let's go and browse our data center. We have a cluster created as SA cluster, and within that cluster you do see that we have a two hosts which are added or which are part of this cluster SAESXi01, which pretty much seems to be in a healthy state. We don't see any error, but look at the host SAESXi02. So when you look at this particular host, you do see that this host does not seem to be in a healthy state. So let's go and check it out. What error is saying that it's giving us an error saying that your host is in not responding state. Let's expand it. So you do see that it is saying that this particular host is in not responding state. So that is the reason we are not able to manage this host through our vCenter UI. Now let's do one thing and let's see that can I manage this host through a host client? Is that possible? So that can rule out that issue whether it is a VC specific issues or it's a issue with our ESXi host. So let's log into our ESXi host sa-esxi02.govmlab.local and look at that. It is throwing the error message saying that 503 service unavailable. Failed to connect to endpoint. What does that mean? It means that we are not able to access our ESXi host or not able to manage our ESXi host not only through vCenter server, but we are not also not able to manage that host through our host client. So now what is the next option for us to debug this problem or issue? Let's log into our ESXi host CLI and let's try to see that can I have SSH to this particular host. So click on the putty. This is our ESXi host. Click here and it will open up a SSH session and you see that it is giving us an error message saying that connection refused. Now what does that mean? It means that we are not able to access that host through SSH service. So that is all, that option is also got ruled out. So the only option what we are left out to debug this issue is let's log into our ESXi host directly through our DCUI console, or let's log into our ESXi host using DCUI console. Let's log into our base ESXi host. So this is our base ESXi host, and there you do see that I have a SA-ESXi02. So this is our ESXi because it's a lab environment. So our ESXi host is running as a VM on top of our base ESXi host. So just let's do it the full screen. So click here to do it the full screen. So that will give you the exact look and feel of your physical infrastructure. So you can see that this is our ESXi host. Now press F2 key. Now when you press F2 key, it will prompt you for root user password. So you have to enter root user password, and that is what is our DCUI console. So we are successfully logged in to our ESXi host DCUI console. And now let's press Alt F1 key. Now, when I press Alt F1 key, you do see that I'm not able to enter any command on that ESXi shell. And the reason why we are not able to have access to our ESXi shell, because maybe the DCUI service is not running. So let's go and enable our ESXi shell service to get access to our ESXi shell. So go to troubleshooting options. As you could see that these are the troubleshooting options, and that's where we have a ESXi shell. So do you see that there here we have a ESXi shell and our shell is disabled. Now let's go and enable this ESXi shell, and to do that press the enter key. Now as soon as you press the enter key, look at the right side, it says very clearly that your ESXi shell is enabled. Now let's go back to our ESXi shell by pressing Alt F1 key, and you do see that now we are getting a prompt which is asking for username and password of our ESXi host. So let's give a username as root, and let's provide our root user password of our ESXi host. And now you do see that as soon as we enable ESXi shell service, we are successfully able to log in to our ESXi host. Now, can I have access to my ESXi host using SSH? The reason why we were not able to go and able to access our ESXi host through SSH. So let's look at the status of our SSH service. And you do see that on the right side, the SSH service is disabled. So because the service was disabled, due to which we were not able to connect to our ESXi host using that PuTTY utility, which were trying to have access to our ESXi host using SSH service. So let's go and enable SSH service as well. So as you do see that our SSH service is enabled. So now let's go back to, so we are pretty good from the CLI perspective, because now we have enabled SSH service on our ESXi host. So we should be able to have a CLI access to our ESXi host using that PuTTY utility. So let's come out of this full screen mode, and let's go back to our system. Let's open up PuTTY again just to verify that are we able to have access to our ESXi host using SSH service or not. And now as you do see that as soon as we enable SSH service, we are able to access our ESXi host using PuTTY utility, and we are successfully able to log into our ESXi host. So we have resolved that SSH connectivity issue to our ESXi host. Now let's go and look at the issue with the host client and vCenter UI. So as you might be knowing that one of the very critical service which get into the picture when you're trying to have access to our ESXi host through the host client, and that service is host D. So let's go and check it out whether our host D service is running in our ESXi host or not. And how do we verify that whether that host D daemon or host D management service, which is responsible for having a communication between your ESXi host and VM kernel, let's go and check it out whether it is running or not. And to do that, execute this command etc init.d hostd status. So that's the command we need to execute it, and look at that hostd is not running. This could be the reason why we are not able to access our ESXi host directly through our host client. So let's go and start that service. To start that service, run this command hostd and run the command start. Now once you do that, your hostd service got started, as you could see that. Now let's verify the status just to make sure that our service is in running state. And now look at that. Our hostd service is successfully running on our ESXi host. So we have validated that. Now let's go to our ESXi host and let's refresh the page and let's see that what happens. And you do see that we are not getting that 503 service unavailable error anymore now. The reason that our hostd service is in healthy state now. So let's log into our ESXi host just for verification. And you do see that we are successfully logged into our ESXi host after starting our hostd service. Does that hostd service resolve our vCenter connectivity issue as well? Let's refresh this page. No, it's not. Our host in our vCenter UI is still being shown in a not responding state. Now, if you do see that, the one of the reason of this host is being shown as a not responding state could be the issue with the VPXA agent or VPXA service which is running in our ESXi host. As you might be aware that VPXA agent or VPXA service which is running in our ESXi host is the responsible for having a communication between vCenter server and our ESXi host. So let's go and verify that what is the state of our VPXA service. And to do that, execute the command init.d etc init.d VPXA status, press enter key and look at that. VPXA is not running, which means that our VPXA service is not running on that ESXi host. That could be one of the reason because of which our vCenter server is not able to communicate to our ESXi host. And that is the reason our host is in not responding state. So let's log in, let's go to our ESXi host and let's start that service VPXA and start. So it's pretty straightforward command etc init.d VPXA start. Press enter key and the VPXA service got started. Now just verify the status once again just to make sure that our VPXA service is in running state. So our VPXA service is successfully running in our ESXi host. Now let's go to our vCenter server and look at that. As soon as we started our VPXA service on our ESXi host, our vCenter server was successfully able to establish a communication to our ESXi host and we don't see not responding error state anymore. Click on the refresh and look at that. Our host is in a healthy state now and our vCenter server is successfully able to establish communication with our ESXi host SA-ESXi02 using that VPXA service. So this concludes our lecture on troubleshooting a basic ESXi host and vCenter server connectivity issues, where we have seen that your VPXA and host agent, which are one of the very important services which has to be in a healthy state on our ESXi host, and we have executed or we have learned about the commands through which we can verify the status of that services and we can start these services. We also learned about how do we go and enable ESXi shell and SSH service using our ESXi host DCUI console. We hope you enjoyed this lecture. Thanks for your time. Please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.